What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. In New Orleans Saints news, the Saints add Equanimeous St. Brown, a free agent wide receiver to the roster. Of course, is the older brother of Amon-Ra. St. Brown, very intriguing naming conventions from the St. Brown's parents with Equanimeous and Amon-Ra.
Equanimeous is a solid.
It's incredible.
Solid.
I mean, that is the most Key and PLS energy name I have ever heard in my entire life. Like, Kegel, Mike, and Key wrote that name, and then later it became as truth is stranger than fiction. But in his 6-year career, here's a cat: 63 catches, 928, 2 tuds. You know, been a roster guy. Between him and Cedric Wilson, you now have a couple of kind of depth roster pieces added. Jake, does this change? We've done a lot of in terms of Saints mocks, maybe tackle first, receiver second. Does Equanimeous change any of that math?
I mean, I don't think so. You signed Stanley Morgan, I think, in this offseason as well, kind of another career reserve guy. Now, Cedric Wilson has had moments when he's been a starter in this league and had some really good moments with the Cowboys. Didn't as much with the Dolphins, but you heard that staff when he left the Dolphins. I mean, they were singing his praises.
Yeah,
now,
for whatever reason. Yeah.
You had two other options. You had Tyreek Hill and you have Waddle, so two of the best in the league. And so, he obviously didn't get the run there, but I think he's a solid pickup, and it probably changes T-Bob. It certainly flips your biggest need is tackle. Because you still have Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, and I like actually what A.T. Perry did in limited time last year as a rookie.
He got better as the season went on.
So
which way you want out of your rookie?
You want to add a body to that room. This is the perfect draft, though, to get that guy in the second or third round. Do we all want to see them select a receiver at 14 because it's more exciting? Sure. Right now, your starting tackles are Trevor Penning and then a Ryan Ramczyk, who are asking, will he play again?
Yeah.
That and then
you don't have starting tackles. You essentially don't have starting tackles almost completely. So
Saldivari, somebody that you selected last year, is kind of more of a guard. He's played a little bit of everything. Again, if we're saying that, you don't have the guy, right? You don't even have like a backup center. I guess maybe I don't even know who would slot. Cesar Ruiz, I guess, would slot to center, and you have to figure out another guard because right now you have Eric McCoy. So your offensive line it's a hot mess.
So I think you probably still go receiver somewhere in that second round. I mean, you'll have a receiver room featuring Olave and Rashid Shaheed as probably your kind of top most veteran options. Then is it already getting to A.T. Perry and wide receiver 3?
I mean, you got Wilson, Perry, St. Brown, Morgan. That's your options. Juwan Johnson can be an extension of that receiver room.
Well, I'm just trying to think about receivers, number of receivers that you would carry for on the roster. I bet you draft a guy.
5.
And then I bet 1 or 2 of the names that we just mentioned get left off. So you are kind of throwing a lot of guys against the wall here.
You can go 6.
See who sticks.
You can go 6, T-Bob, though, because Rashid Shaheed is your returner.
That's true.
So it does give you ability to go 6, and that the 4th and 5th guy would certainly. Or 5th and 6th guy would definitely be special teams war daddies. They'd have to have that. Now, Stanley Morgan has that in his career. He was actually a pretty good special teams player for the Bengals.
I mean, knowing nothing about Equanimeous, but seeing 6 years on a roster and limited catch numbers.
Found ways.
I'm guessing he was a beast on special teams.
Now,
as well.
I think one of the questions would be, what kind of receiver do you want them to select? You look at your 2 options. They're more slender guys are not your big body. So would you go after a receiver? You hope Leggett falls to you in the second round. I don't know if he's going to be there, but regardless if he's there or not, I think your receiver would be in a different kind of mold.
Where's A.D. Mitchell being projected? Because that's a big boy.
I think he'll be gone in first round. Yeah,
okay, so he's going to go first round.
Look at let's go Johnny Wilson from Florida State. Not the most consistent receiver. But if you can get him in the third round, that is certainly a different body type than you have.
Would Keon Coleman be there 40-something? It's another big body.
He could be there 45. He could be there potentially because of the 4.61.
So,
which I think's fast. I'm just saying.
Exactly. We'll see. But the Saints adding some depth to that wide receiver. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the 2 guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell. to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saint.